Hi, friends. I'm gonna say it again because it always gets lost. Hi, friends. So, tonight we're going to talk about your life purpose. What is our purpose here on earth? Have you ever questioned? There are so many books on it, I guess, and ways to find it. And like everything, it's actually very simple, but it's in the practice. So for me, our life purpose here is to first live. Duh. And then love, because this is actually who we are. And, the quote, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Why do we have to learn how to love? Because we forget. And when we're born, we remember because little babies and little children in general are so good about loving and they're very open, and animals are so good about loving. But we get conditioned, which is normal, it's what we need to get through, uh, into all of these beliefs of separation. And we start to not trust ourselves, not to trust other people. And for whatever reason, somehow our life becomes this performance to get love, which luckily now it's changing because there's so many conscious parents that are nurturing their children with the knowing of who they truly are and supporting them in expressing their true self and not performing for love, but just giving and receiving love openly. But for the ones of us that didn't grow up like that, we kind of have to figure that out. And at one point, we get to a point in our lives, like the poem Love After Love, that we finally give it all up and come to our own door and look in the mirror at ourselves. And Cody's not you, it's me. I do my lives in the dark because they're very deep. So you realize that it's you. It's you that has to give yourself all the love that you've been looking for, and that you're the love of your life. And that if you want more love, you have to give more love. And that everything is there for you to love. And you don't need one particular lover, but everything is your lover in the sense of agape love, I'm talking here. And that whatever you love and you really are present with it, shares its secrets with you, and that connection is developed over time. And that's in the same way that you're trying to connect with others, you need to connect with yourself first. And it's a journey to go inside of yourself and really see what are you made of. What are your feelings? How do you deal with them? What are your thoughts? What is your mindset? What's in your heart? What are your dreams and hopes? And the more you spend time with yourself, by yourself, and meditate, uh, the more you begin to figure out what this whole thing's about, which The Little Prince is a great book about that. Um, of the little prince taking care of the rose and then realizing, oh, okay, that's too much work, and going on this big trip, and then realizing, wait a minute, what I had with the rose was truly special. Because to love someone, it means to see all of their sides, and be okay with the ones that are not so pleasant and the ones that are not so lovable. And that is true love. And uh, if you're able to do it for another, naturally you have to be able to do it for yourself and vice versa. And sometimes we learn through another person how to love ourselves, and sometimes we learn how to love ourselves first and then we can teach another person. But all of that loving thing takes time and patience and kindness and compassion and really looking and truly seeing and a lot of presence. And it's so rewarding because once you learn how to do it, and once you learn how to give and receive unconditional love, it expands you so much beyond like anything that you've ever known. And life becomes so fulfilling and rich because you can love the trees and you can love the flowers and you can love the animals and you can love people and you can love your favorite food and you can love people's art. And everything becomes this opportunity to give and receive more love. And you see that when you give love and when you want to connect and you're in that space of love, everything reveals itself to you and gives you love back. And the trees are giving us love all the time, and the sun and the water. But most of the time, we're so oblivious to it and we take them for granted that we are like, oh yeah, I need love. I need love. I need to go on this dating site. I need to find this person. It's like, really, no. Love is always available. It is us that has to open ourselves to it and to be able to experience it. And then whatever we receive, we need to give. And in this way, we're constantly circulating it and we're in that flow of love. And the more we do it, the more we do it. It's never ending. And we realize at one point that we are that flow of love. And when you live like that, every day is like a whole life. And there's so much to be grateful for. And you feel so fulfilled because you know that you loved everything that came to you. And that's just so because you are in that space of love with it, and in that space, you're actually one. And in order to get to really deep agape love, we also need to realize that in this world that we live of Maya illusion form, uh, it's the same energy in different forms. And this world is passing. It means that our forms are not lasting. We die, everything dies, even mountains die eventually and get transformed. But that's what death is. Death is transition. So a lot of times people are afraid to love really deeply because they fear the loss of the person, thing that they love. And they stop themselves from loving fully and completely. Or they have a bunch of attachments and they say, okay, I'm gonna love, but I expect this, that, and whatever in return. But when we actually experience deep loss and we go into the grief and we're not afraid of the depth of it, uh, we pass through that darkness transformed and realizing that nothing is ever lost because the love that you had for that person or pet is still there. And everything that you've experienced can never be taken back uh, and lives inside of your heart. And that they're not gone, it's just that their physical form is gone, but their essence, their soul is immortal and alive. And when we realize that, then, we kind of start to realize the oneness of everything. And every time we go through the grieving process of whatever it is, and it could be that you're moving and you actually loved your job and you loved your friends, but for whatever reason, maybe you found a better job and now you have to move. And you have to grieve that you're gonna leave a lot of things behind, but you're growing. And the easiest way to do that is by being grateful and appreciating the friends, the connections, the time that you spent with them. And instead of shutting off and closing yourself off or, try to find fault or laugh it off, really go deep into those emotions. And there's so many beautiful ways to honor that, like spend quality time with each of your friends before you leave. Write them a letter of the things that you appreciated about them. Um, or certain memories that you have with them, or even journal about that yourself, and you'll see how the grief is actually love that has not been expressed. And that's the way we usually deepen into love more. And eventually, our heart is so open that even the people that are unlovable, we love them. And even if they're mean to us, we forgive them. And even if they don't honor us, we honor them. And even if they reject us, we accept them as they are, which does not mean to not have boundaries and allow being mistreated, but it means that you are able to love the soul of that person, which is the same as you, and realize that they're still quite asleep and their behavior doesn't match the beauty of their soul yet. But they're learning and they're going through Earth School just like everybody else. And you can have that deep compassion and understanding and love for them. And if their behavior is not the kind of behavior that you deserve and it's disrespectful, you can always gently remove themselves from their presence and vicinity and still send them love from a distance, unconditional love, as a reminder of the truth of who they are, and focus on the best in them, the best qualities, because there's always something that we can find in another person that we have in common. So that's the beauty of love, and uh, it takes a very strong person to really be able to love to that depth. Um, because most people, when it's somebody that does something that they don't like, it's very easy to move into division and rejection. Um, but if you want to go deeper into it and fulfill your purpose to purpose to a deeper level, then I definitely recommend expanding into love and learning how to give and receive love and flow more of that through you, and learning how to love the unlovable parts of yourself, the ones that you think are unlovable, but everything about you is lovable. And we're that, we're everything. We're darkness, we're light, we're joy, we're pain, we're grief, we're love, we're sorrow. We're stardust, we're decaying bodies, we're everything. And there's just so much to love and go into and learn from and learn through and experience, that it's endless. Just when you listen to a song and you love it, and you can share some of that love by liking and commenting, and we can send love to the people from this live chat, and send love out to everybody on the planet, and send love to everybody in the universe, and send love to the sun and the water. When you drink water, give gratitude and love. And nature nature really needs love that's backed up by action. And when we truly love something, that's another very essential quality. We can just say I love you, and then our actions don't follow up and don't show kindness, care, and respect. And again, going back to the little prince, he learned His rose is special because he has the privilege to take care of it. And in the same way, you are special because you've been given the responsibility of taking care of yourself. And everything that you take care of and you put parts of yourself into it, when you give of yourself, you love. And if we're only wanting to get, that's not love. It's an ability to give and to receive and to show it with our actions. If you say you love somebody, but you constantly hurt their feelings, or you make promises that you don't keep, that's not love. So the action is a very important part of love. Acting from integrity and really meaning what we say, and also observing how are our actions influencing others. Are we coming from a space of love? Is it coming out like that? Is the other person receiving it in that way? And if not, how can we translate our love better into more aligned, thoughtful action stemming from the intention to give and receive love unconditionally? Thank you, everybody who joined. Sending you lots of love, and keep fulfilling your life's purpose, because that's what we're here for. And the more we love one another, the better world we create for ourselves and everyone and everything, because we are everything.